Alright, this video I did a while back, but I had to ended up deleting it because YouTube wouldn't let me upload it, so I'm just redoing the video while I can right now. This is basically my Batman 3 pitch and what I think the direction should go in it. Alright, so at the end of The Dark Knight, we see that Batman is on the run. He's been, convicted of killing and all this stuff. And and he's on the run. I would introduce 3 villains, but I would do it the right way, where in Spider-Man 3 they just completely made it stupid. The villains I would introduce are Black Mask. He would be the guy who, he wants, since Joker has pretty much caused chaos and shown that chaos can pretty much take over Gotham, he would be the guy that would come in, and he wants Gotham as his town. Since the Joker is pretty much kind of established that the Joker's in Arkham Asylum. I'm just saying, if I was a director, I would pretty much establish that he's in Arkham Asylum. And what I would do is I would have Black Mask come in. I would introduce him. Now, the way I would do his mask is I would change his mask up because, since Captain America's coming out with the Red Skull, I would have to change his mask so it doesn't look like the Red Skull. I would have it where it's literally a mask, but it's kind of burned onto his face. So it doesn't look like a skull. It would be just these weird markings on his face, and it would look like it was glued to his face. And Black Mask's purpose would basically be to kill. He wants Bruce Wayne out. He wants to claim Gotham as his city. His main thing would be to kill Bruce Wayne, to get control of Gotham and Wayne Manor and everything. And he would do that by, at the beginning of the movie, I would show that in Gotham Underworld that he's pretty much the big boss. Then I would introduce, as Black Mask is trying to take over Gotham, Batman shows his face again. He kind of shows his face in Gotham Underworld, because he kind of went into retirement. Not retirement, but he kind of laid low for a while because, the cops were after him and all that. But it would be like 5 years after The Dark Knight. And so Batman shows up and pretty much, spoils Black Mask's plans. So Black Mask would hire someone to take the Batman out, and that guy would be Bane. Bane would come to town, and Black Mask has hired Bane, and he pretty much tells him, you know what, I want this Batman guy out of my town, out of my city. And he basically sends Bane after Batman, and Bane pretty much beats Batman to a pulp, almost killing the Batman. He breaks his back like in the comics. And while all this is going on, there will be another villain I would introduce. Well, he's not a villain yet in the movie. There will be build up with this character who's just there. Edward Nygma. Now, he would go to the police since, the police, they really want to know, not Commissioner Gordon, but another part of the Gotham police force. There's some guys like, I want to know who Batman is. I would have it where Commissioner Gordon is not commissioner anymore. There will be a new commissioner. And, the Riddler, or I should say Edward Nygma at this point in the movie, he would come, he'd say, I can help you find out who the Batman is. He says, I can find out who he is. And while this is happening, he starts to get really into it, And Batman would recover through the movie. He would get better, and he'd come back and try to stop Black Mask. And while that's happening, he comes across this guy named Edward Nygma. And Edward would eventually he would eventually become the Riddler. And basically, you would have the guy who wants to know who Batman is, and you have a guy, Black Mask, who wants Bruce Wayne dead. And they would kind of come to an agreement. And while this is happening, while they're fighting each other, eventually everything is resolved. And at the end of the movie, I would have it where Edward goes, "I know who Batman is." And he says it in a riddle. He would say something like really crazy in a riddle, like, I can't think of a riddle right now. He would figure out who he is, but he would tell Batman to his face, "I basically know you're Bruce Wayne." And he would just say, and he would kind of tell Black Mask, also, he's like, but he would tell him in a riddle. And Black Mask was like, "I don't understand what you just said. Tell me who Batman is." And he would just keep telling him in that riddle. And that's how I would do Batman 3.